All right, so we are going to work on creating a milk jug today. And I know a milk jug seems kind of weird, but what milk jugs allow you to do is create a complex object, especially a complex organic object, using simple geometry. And I'm not going to, polish this up to the point where I would use it for production. But what I am going to do is show you kind of how the theory behind what I'm doing. Now, I have some things I want to show you before I even start modeling or create my first box. And the first thing is my reference images. One reference image is facing towards you, so this is parallel to the camera, and the other one is at a 45-degree angle. So I need to understand that before I work on it. Another thing I have to understand is things like this, like there's a little groove here, or the way this is kind of leaning towards, or how this edge kind of goes around. Now, there's a lot of this little stuff that you can essentially kind of build on and move on and work with, but the basic idea is to get the basic shape first. And in order to understand this, the basic shape is essentially this outer shape. We're not worried about the handle when we first start modeling because of the simple fact that the handle is outside of the basic shape. So in order to do this, let's simply start and kind of build out my box, right? So you can see here, basic box, and I'm going to go over here and kind of move this like so, and move it like so. And I'm going to focus on this side here real quick. And so we're just going to scale this bigger, move it up. And then once I've got that, I need to really focus on the shape. So in order to focus on that shape, I'm going to start with the vertical profile first. So I'm going to create one here. I'm going to create one here. I'm going to create one here. And then something along the lines of like this. So with that, then I'm going to go into the vertices and just start grabbing some of these vertices and scaling it down. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just have to get it close. And so as you can see, as I do this, I'm getting the rough kind of profile and getting it like so. And you can see that there's definitely some areas that things don't line up 100% right, and that's okay. Now, with that in mind, the next thing I want to do is I need to kind of, if I look at this from a 3D standpoint, I've got the basic shape here, and what I'm going to do is just grab this and kind of pull that up. So that is the basic shape. But when I subdivide, hitting 3 on the keyboard, you'll see that it automatically kind of breaks that shape. It turns into more of a Vase style shape. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and I'm going to select all these edges, and I'm going to add an edge loop for there. So I'm going to basically bevel that, and I'm going to leave it at that because when I subdivide, you'll notice now that that shape that I made is a lot closer except for this up here. Now, with that in mind, the next thing I want to do is I've got all these edges here, and the next thing I want to do is go and essentially, there we go, multi-cut, and I'm going to multi-cut from here to that edge there, and I'm going to do the same thing from here to here, and I'm going to do the final edge there. Now, with that edge in mind, I'm going to simply move that up. And as you can see that, once I move that up, you can see that that kind of gives me the basic shape that I'm looking for with that little groove in there. It's not 100% perfect, but if I add another multi-cut edge on there, like so, that kind of refines that edge to be kind of the square that I'm looking for and kind of what I need. Now, next thing is, let's go back here, and you can see that this edge or this cylinder here, not pretty doesn't look right. Let's circularize that. So I'm going to circularize that component right there. And then I'm going to go into the edge mode and grab this and do the same thing. Hitting G on the keyboard will basically repeat the last command. So from there, I have now got kind of the base idea. Still ugly, that's okay. I can grab this if this really bothers me at this point. You can just kind of extrude that downward, and you can see that kind of cleans up some of that a little bit. Now, the next thing I want to do is I need to essentially add in more geometry. I need to continue to clean this up here. I don't want all this bad geometry in here, so I'm going to just kind of go from here to here, here to here, and like so. All right, so with that in mind, and I do that, it's going to give me kind of the pinch that I'm looking for. Now, with that all in there, you can see that this is pretty decent. I'm going to go in and I'm going to go into multi-cut again, and I'm going to go into about 40% on this side, and then I'm going to go to 40% on this side, right? And so you can see here, that's where I'm going to cut my geometry. And you can see on this edge, it's the opposite of the angle here. So I'm going to cut that out. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of a edge loop on here. And that's going to give me the kind of upper side here. And so let's take these out, hit delete, like so. And then the next thing is kind of lining up this geometry. So I'm going to go here and here. I'm going to bridge that together, do the same thing, and do the same thing. Oops, there we go. So now when I look at this and I subdivide, that actually is looking pretty close to a milk jug. Very simple shapes, very simple forms, but that gives you the base. Now from there, I need to clean up this handle. It looks ugly, so really simple. I'm going to go to multi-cut again, and I'm going to do 50% in the middle and cut that at like this. Now, you'll notice that here I'm working at a 45, and so sometimes, you know, when you're working on something and it's a little bit kind of broken, like we're working at a 45, this doesn't really work for us because everything we do has to go against the graph. And so a simple fix is to simply take that object. We've got a good shape. We're okay that way. And I'm just going to rotate it 45. So I'm going to go to this P cube here, and I'm going to rotate it 45. And I'm going to just punch in those numbers there. Right, so that is a 45-degree angle, and now when I go into and grab an edge, you can see it works perfect, right? So I'm gonna grab this here, and I'm gonna scale that downward a little bit, maybe move that a little bit back in, and then I'm going to let's just start off with simple shapes. So I'm gonna grab this here, and I'm gonna extrude that over like this. And you'll see that that lines up pretty good. And I'm going to grab this edge here, and I'm going to bring that down much more like this. And from there, let's grab this piece and this piece here. If I can grab these at one point in time here, come on. There we go. So grab this, and let's just merge these to the center, and let's grab this, and actually this, and then do the same thing there. Now from there, I'm going to grab that edge here, and again, let's extrude that downward a little bit more, like this. I'm going to go to this edge, or grab this vertex and that vertex and merge that together, and let's do the same thing over here, like this. And I'm just going to move that back like this, and then I'm going to move this down a little bit more. Now with that, I'm going to grab this edge, this edge, and this, and I'm going to move it like this, but I'm not going to kind of sync that together, right? So what's going to happen is if I try and sync that together, you'll notice that that doesn't, like, when I look at it now, you'll see that it just doesn't line up properly. And so we need to kind of spread some of that geometry around a little bit more. And in order to do this, like, I can basically go to like multi-cut in the target weld tool, and I can go in the vertice here, and I can snap that in here, and I can snap that in here, and I can snap that in there, and that will give me kind of the base idea, but you'll notice that it's not necessarily the greatest thing to do. And you can see, oops, sorry, you can see there we go, and you can see basically as I subdivide this, this kind of gets wonky here, right? Like, it's not necessarily the greatest, and like we lose that edge, if you will, we lose that edge here. That's along this edge here and this edge here. So there's definitely things that we could do to kind of add in more geometry. One of the easiest ways to do that is to do a multi-cut, and we can add in more edging there, and we can add in more edging there, right? And so by doing that, you can see that that gives us more geometry, and from there we can grab these pieces of geometry here and kind of pull that down like so, or we can go in here like this and pull that inward like that. That kind of starts squaring some things out. I can also go in and kind of play around with some of the geometry a little bit more here. So if I want to kind of pull this outward, pull that outward like this, and then bring this down a little bit more. So again, it's just a matter of how we shape forms. Now, if you want edge loops, so for example, looking at, if we want to refine some of these edges around the edge of the jug, it's just basically a matter of chamfering said information. So for example, if I go into the edge mode here and grab this edge loop all the way around like this, and just do it on the same side on the other one here. So I've got this edge loop here, and then if I want to just simply bevel that edge and then play around with how much bevel there is on there, and you can definitely see that there's some beveling going on. If I want to add in, oops, not cylinder, there we go. If I want to add a multi-cut in here and add in more edge looping there, you can see that, there we go, we can get that harder edge here, and you'll notice the geometry's not right here, and we have to fix that, of course. But this at least gives us the idea of how to kind of go in and clean up the information and kind of play around with the different processes that we're doing. And even things like this, say I want to add in more of these edge loops like this, I can definitely go in and here we go. We can go in and multi-cut here and then start cutting out some of the geometry. So for example, if I grab this edge loop here and I want to kind of scale that out like that, you can definitely see the edge kind of working accordingly. And then of course I can go in and bevel things and then clean up more geometry. But this will give you the base idea of how to kind of do things. Now if you'll notice here, some edges like this where you can see the edge kind of flattens out, and this is just a basic circularize again. to kind of go through and kind of round out some of these components. Make sure that we rotate them in the right way, like that. Grab that edge loop and circularize that. And again, and I'm just kind of moving them accordingly. But that will kind of fix that, and I should have done that way before I started this. But that will give you the idea of where things are kind of lining up and how to kind of align them according to your geometry. But that gives you the base idea of how to build a milk jug by itself. And so you can see it's just a matter of going through now and kind of adding in more and more geometry. So this is a quick and easy way to, give you the base foundation of modeling something like this. Again, there's things that we can clean up like this here. For example, we can simply go multi-cut and add in 1 to 2, and then that will change that to quads, and we'll do the same thing over here. And it doesn't really detract from our form. You'll notice that the form doesn't change a whole lot. A little bit of pull over here, but we can definitely go around and play around with that. But that gives you a base idea. And if you have any questions or if you need some help, feel free to ask and let me know. All right, I hope you enjoyed.